Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the InWheelTime Car Show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
From the Sugar Shack Studios in Texas, USA, it's the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Tim Haffey, president of Lone Star Jeep Club. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll bring you stories making automotive news this week.
Certainly will.
Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday for the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Let's talk Jeeps, shall we?
Let's do that.
Talk with the man about town, Tim Haffey, Lone Star Jeep Club president. Tim, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning, and happy not Valentine's Day, but happy St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it's always Valentine's Day here.
We're in a loving mood.
Yeah, there's a lot of love to be most
Yeah.
definitely. How are things with the Lone Star Jeep Club?
They're doing great, actually. We have had 3 events so far this year. We had our annual Polar Express run back in January up in Oklahoma.
Wow.
That's where we do a hat and glove donation drive, and it's either warm or very cold. It was a great ride.
Good.
So was it both? Was it warm and cold?
It was cold, but not as cold as last year. At least it was in the double digits this year.
Oh, wow. Heat wave up there in Oklahoma, huh?
But the little snow, maybe?
No, but we had some ice.
Ice, okay. Well, that's what you got those big studded tires for.
I had ice in my drinks last night.
Did you have ice in your drinks?
I had ice in my drinks,
Okay,
yeah.
well, that's always good to
Close.
have that. So that's one event. What's the second event that you've had already?
That is our Valentine's Day run. That's down at Hidden Falls. We do that on or around Valentine's Day. And in March, a couple weeks ago, we just had our 101 class. We're doing 3 of those this year. So introducing new Jeepers into the club and how to actually use their Jeep. So we do instructions in the morning, kind of a classroom hands-on instruction, and then we take them out and show them how to use the Jeeps on the trail.
And then you guide them home for drinks afterwards.
That's right. On the rocks. Yeah, neither on the rocks.
On the rocks. That's
We like it on the rocks.
on the
We're a Jeep
rock.
club.
Yes,
We like
I
it
know.
on the
I
rocks,
know that
not
you
neat.
do. Now, are you here in Houston? Where are you?
I'm up in the Dallas area. I'm actually in Frisco.
Okay, Frisco. And I'm sure that you have folks that are here in the Houston area that are members of your club as well.
We do. We have several members down there.
Yeah. So, based on my past club experience, not with Jeeps, but other clubs, that there's always some crossbreeding going on within the clubs where, hey, yeah, I'm also a member of that club up there in the Dallas area. And then they've got a few members that are down here as well. So when you have an off weekend, if you still want to do something, one of the 2 clubs has always got something going on.
There's a lot of clubs up here, right? So we have Lone Star, we've got North Texas Jeep Club, Collin County. You've got some smaller clubs in East Texas. And you're right, there's people in a park and all the parks every weekend. So if you wanted to go drive your Jeep, you can certainly meet some of those other clubs at those parks.
What is the favorite place to go up there in North Texas? In that area, North Texas, the hill, not hill country, but the Piney Woods, East Texas. What's a favorite place for a Jeep gathering to actually put your Jeep through the paces, so to speak?
That's a good question. I think it comes down to personal preference. I like Barnwell. It's out in Gilmer, Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. I just love that park. It's big. There's a lot of challenges out there. Great camping area, great camping too. A lot of people also like going down to Mason. There's a park down in that area that they like to go to. Locally, and we have our events. We have them at the Bridgeport Off-Road Park. It's about an hour away. That's where we have our 101 class. Not very big, but it's a nice park. They've made some big improvements. And then Crossbar is a couple hours away for us, offers a little more ruggedness, if you will, in terms of rocks and some challenges. So, but it's all personal preference. I love Barnwell. I grew up back east, and it's kind of similar to being back east, so it's just, it's a fun park.
See, for me, I think that and this is just me, I have no experience in this at all, but I'm just sitting there while you're talking about these parks. I think my first one would be something with like a pop-up that has air conditioning towed behind the Jeep, because it's light. Now that thing trailers swaying and all that stuff because it's light. You can sleep a couple of people comfortably. Get your camping gear. Put your stove back there and do that sort of thing. And then when you're out jeeping through the hills of whatever park it is, you got your campsite set up. So you play all day, come back to the campsite, have a few beers, and call it a night.
Figure out what you broke.
I mean, figure out what I broke. Well, in that case, then I tell the club, I've broken this. Can somebody come help me? I continue with the beers, and then they work on my car.
All right.
See, I got it down. Do I not have it down?
So you're in fantasy park.
I am in that fantasy park. That's right.
You've got it down.
I do.
The best thing to do is actually trailer your Jeep in. That way you can do whatever you want, and if it breaks, you can just trailer it back.
I know, but then now I've got to have another vehicle to trailer the Jeep, and then I gotta no.
But have you seen the hybrid trailer and camper? So the camper, it's a flatbed. It's big enough to hold a camper, like a slide-in that goes into the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So that's attached to the flatbed, and then there's enough room to drive your Jeep and park it behind your camper. So you can actually.
Is it really a camper slide-in that somebody puts on a trailer?
Similar.
Similar to that. I've seen both. I've seen the slide-in that's been attached, and then I've seen where someone's removed the wheels and the axle from a trailer and attached it to the flatbed.
That would be over at Mars' neck of the woods. You would do something like that. But here's the real question, Tim. So, does your wife know that you know this sort of thing?
She does. She's very supportive of my hobby. But she's not able to actually go off-roading because of some health issues. But up until then, she was very supportive of it. In fact, one rare thing happened. When I broke my axles in Hot Springs, Arkansas, I called to tell her about it. And her first response was, well, you wanted to upgrade to 1 tons next year. Why don't you just do it now? So I can't think of a
That's a
better
good
wife.
woman there, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's a good woman.
Yeah. Of course, he's not married to her anymore, but I don't know. Listen, I think that if I'm going to go off-roading and have to worry about breaking an axle, at my age and experience, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll stay back. No. I'll stay back. I'll manage the campfire, the cold beers, and I'll do my own thing back.
S'mores ready to go whenever we get back?
To him, it's like breaking a hip.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. It'd be like breaking a hip. No broken axles. No.
Just be careful.
I'm waiting to blow an engine so I can do an LS.
Oh, boy.
For next.
No, I think that if I was going to do that, I think what I'd do is instead of buying an LX or something that's dependable, I think I would consider going and finding a real American Motors V8 and go the whole retro route.
Oh, elephant motor.
Yeah, and put that in there.
Yeah.
Do you have any Jeeps in the club that have any of those motors in them?
Not an elephant, but we've got, of course, 392s in the club, and we have some older model Jeeps that have the V8 in them.
I see it. I would have to go with the American Motors V8 because I have no experience with them, but I understand that they're pretty good motors.
Well, but
they're made in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I mean, come on, Mike.
Hey, I'm giving you credit. I'm just saying something
Hometown
like that.
boy.
You would not necessarily want to go out and rock crawl it because you want to take better care of it. It's kind of like a restored car.
But no, because
Sleeper.
because those motors can be had, and from what I understand, they're pretty stout and able to take the mess up. Yeah, I would do that.
All right.
With the 4-speed manual transmission in there, lockers where you have to get outside, get over there, and get in the mud or between the rocks and lock up the front axle on the
So
thing.
we could go to Hertz, rent a Jeep, and go on the excursion.
Yeah, well, you could.
Yeah. Like they used to do
Does
the
Hertz
Mustangs.
does Hertz rent Jeeps?
I just threw them out there as a plug.
Yeah.
Probably not with 40-inch tires.
Definitely not with
So
40
there's
tires.
your expense. You'd have to go and buy yourself a set of 40-inch tires. And I know people in the Jeep clubs that you hang out with. They've somewhere in that somebody's got a set of those 40 inches for sale.
Oh, yeah, they're out there. Yep, they're out there. But with an engine like that, you might as well put a bigger lift on it and go to 42s because you're going to have the horsepower to manage it and then, gear it 532 or 538s, gear it down really low. So you have that power with those gearing and those big tires. You'll just walk up.
I'd kill everybody. I would. I mean, you couldn't compete against me.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got underneath the hood? That's an AMC,
It's a straight 6
a 1970 model V8
on each side.
on each side. Yeah. Well,
The quick change pumpkin, you can change the ratios all day.
See, the problem with talking to you, Tim, today is the fact that it stirs up all of these, what's left of the few brain cells that I have left, thinking, let's do it this way. So we're going to have a tour. We're going to plan a tour. We're going to do a rock crawl event every other month, beginning now, all the way through the fall. We'll be done with the 6-month tour, okay? Yes.
I keep going back to his trailer with the camper on it.
Of course you do.
No. But see, instead of getting a camper out of like the back of a truck, go down to the portable building guy, get him to build you a little building, a little house on there.
Better yet, let's
Little
go
chimney
the whole.
on it.
Let's go. Let's go the whole nostalgia route, and let's find one of those truck bed mounted campers out of the junkyard. Now you got a job.
Or you get a rollback.
Roll it back.
Well, you up by the cab, you've got your compartment where you stay, and then you got on the back of the rollback,
I
you
want
got your
more
Jeep.
room than
And then
that.
we can lower it down. You roll your Jeep off. There
Now
you
I
go.
have to take like the 40-inch tires. You put them inside your little building in there, and that could be your chairs. That's how you could carry your spare parts by using them as chairs to sit in.
One of the many reasons that we have Mike Mars on this show is because he brings a different look at things.
He's innovative.
And from very deep East Texas. We're talking about Nederland, Texas, that you've never even heard of before. It's over in the Golden Triangle area, but it's a different mindset over there. And he brings different ideas to the show
They're
like
thinkers.
that.
Yeah.
Thinkers.
Yep.
And I noticed that you're not saying anything, Tim.
I have no response to that.
He's in awe.
Well, at least I didn't bring up the idea of cutting a hole in the bottom of it like you do it for ice fishing, except you'd use it for something else.
I'm
My
not
mind
with
is
it.
spinning. I was thinking of like all the different camper types out there you could put on a flatbed.
Yeah,
I
you
would just,
build one yourself. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you want air conditioning, you want a sink and the toilet.
Oh
would be
yeah,
nice,
I got
you
an
know what
air
I mean?
conditioner in the garage I could put in it.
There you go.
You got to get it
Run the
done.
generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way you got a winch to winch your Jeep up onto the trailer.
Mike's got all the
Yeah.
parts
We
and
got
pieces.
plans.
If it's not in the garage, it's in the living room, the den, bedrooms. Without his house, we could build a whole setup.
We've got prototypes all over the place.
So when's the next event for us Houstonians to come up and be with you, so to speak?
So we're actually headed to Barnwell.
Where is
I've
Barnwell?
heard of that.
Outside of Gilmer, Texas.
Okay,
Okay,
where
where's
is Gilmer,
Gilmer?
Texas?
Gilmer, Texas is in East Texas.
It's north.
Halfway between, it's off of, I don't
It's
know.
off
what the
of
closest
59, I think.
59 and 20?
159, right? Yeah.
And I
north
think it's
of 20.
above 20. I think it's north of.
It's above 20.
Yeah,
It's between 30 and 20.
In
yeah.
other words, you're kind of up there in the Arklatex.
Piney Woods.
It's in the Piney Woods.
Piney
Yeah,
Woods.
in the
Okay.
Piney Woods.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Very
And there's a
good.
ghost out there too.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Well,
ghost of Gilmer.
yeah. If there's any ghosts to be found, I guarantee you they'll find me. I don't know what the draw is, but I guess it's the entertainment
'Cause you're a
value.
spooky guy. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Well,
That's a
Tim,
great
how
part.
much fun is this? Tim Mahaffey with Lone Star Jeep Club. We love talking to you, man. It's tons of fun, and we want to come up there and we want to hang with you guys at one of your events. Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
Well, we
I was
don't
gonna
have a
invite
Jeep
you.
though.
You can ride with any one of us. You have a passenger seat. You can ride with me.
So
Okay.
when you see a Jeep pulling up with a trailer and an outhouse on it and another Jeep behind that, then that'll be us.
That's it. We can
I'm like,
arrange
hey,
to get a new
There
Jeep.
goes Mike. There you are.
Exactly. Well, Tim, it's great to talk to you. Tell the gang we said hi, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
You do the
Thanks,
same, my
Mike.
friend.
Thank
All right,
you.
coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Thanks for joining us on the award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show. We continue right here, right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. It's time for the 47th Annual Corvette Chevy Expo in Galveston, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th and 16th at the Galveston Island Convention Center. This premier indoor event features iconic Chevrolets, from classic Camaros to America's sports car Corvette. See over 135 displays, automotive vendors, and unique finds at the expansive swap meet. You'll also see the all-handmade Galveston Craft Show, featuring over 100 local artisans. Be part of this Chevy celebration, March 15th and 16th. For tickets, visit CorvetteChevyExpo.com.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to Houston, April 3rd to the 5th at NRG Center. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience with 1,000 vehicles up for grabs. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Bring home your dream car. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets now at Mecum.com.
Hey, we hope you'll join us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas, beginning April 24th down in Victoria, Texas.
Victoria.
Hope to get the Corvette running by then. You'll get the latest from the tour all weekend long by staying tuned to the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Saturday, the 26th, we'll be streaming our live show from tour stop number umpteen-thousand at the Spindle Tap Brewery right here in Houston. I bet you don't know where that is.
I think I do, but
Do you?
Yeah, we'll talk
It's up
about
off of what's between 59 and 45.
Right.
The north side of town, inside the Beltway. And a kind of an industrial area, and it's quite surprising because when you get inside the brewery, you're going to go, this is here? Yeah. It's an interesting venue. You're going to like it.
Good deal.
All right, time now for the cruise-in and events calendars, and Mr. Jeffrey Zekin has that.
Yes, weekly cruising in Montgomery, Texas, every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is for next weekend now, the 22nd. So it's behind the McDonald's and O'Reilly's, the parking lot area. It's next to the Brookshire Brothers up there. Now, something a little different we're going to do. You know, we've been talking about the Houston clubs and the Houston meets. Yeah. We're going to expand our horizons. On March 21st in San Antonio, it's Biff Busby Hot Rod Cruise-In. It happens every Friday night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. There's a $5 admission, and if you get a $5 admission, you get a coupon to go to Biff's to buy something. So it's pretty cool kind of place together. You got a DJ, got all kinds of stuff. That's in San Antonio.
On Topper Wine Road.
12702 Topper Wine Road. I know exactly where it's at. Been there many a times. It goes from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's a Friday, not a Saturday.
That event.
So...
What'd you say?
I've been to that event.
Yeah, and then
have you?
Because we're expanding
Did you have
our
your pants
horizons.
on that time?
Yeah, you did.
My
Rods.
wife was with me. She made me wear pants.
Okay. Hot Rods and Muscle Car Cruising at the Whataburger. This also is in San Antonio at 4050 North Loop 1604 West in San Antonio, 6 to 10. It's the Mustang Car Club, along with the Whataburger host Rods, Hot Rods, and Cruisins every Saturday from 6 to 10. So it's across from the Academy on 1604. Everybody knows where it's at. Go in there, buy a fishing pole or a nice whatever, and then go to the Cruisin'. So we've got April 5th. We've got the Hemi Hideout. Don's been talking about that. We've also got the Hot Rod Tour Texas. We've also been talking about that coming up, and then the Granbury event in. That's June. In June. So that's what we got coming up. So we'll expand our horizons.
We also have the Hemi Hideout.
Yeah, I just said that.
We're going to go, Hemi Hideout open house. That's in 3 weeks?
Yeah, something like that.
April 5th.
3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
$10 donation, cash only, no one under 12?
12.
And no one under 12 is allowed in. And then they've got sodas and coffee you can purchase there as well. So enjoy that.
Some of the stories making headlines this week. Los Angeles authorities charged a 25-year-old man with attempted murder and other offenses in connection with a vehicle ramming at a CarMax dealership in Inglewood, California
that.
on March 8th. Andrew Arroyo allegedly injured 10 people with 6 sustaining great bodily injuries, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Video of a person allegedly to be Arroyo backing a small SUV into the store, turning the vehicle around and driving out the other side of the building, circulating online. Arroyo was arrested by Inglewood police. He was charged with 1 count of attempted murder, 9 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, all because he got ticked off at the appraisal of a used car. Dude, if it's that bad, just get up and leave.
What?
Yeah. He got ticked off. So his bail has been set at $1.3 million.
And they were going to give him $1.1 million for the car. So there you go. He's lost money already.
$1 million obtained through a July settlement with Vroom. Remember Vroom?
Oh, yeah.
Former online retailer of used vehicles. That $1 million to be paid out to consumers affected by the company's shipping delays, according to the Federal Trade Commission. Vroom agreed last year to pay a fine to settle FTC claims. It misrepresented inspection work done on vehicles it sold, failed to offer buyers timely refunds when it did not deliver the vehicles on schedule, and did not make certain other required disclosures. Checks totaling $943,000 are being sent to 20,361 consumers. Now you do the math. What is it? $18 a person or something? Vroom of Houston. Did you know that Vroom was
they were in
based
Bel Air,
here?
I think, was their headquarters.
Yeah, they were here on the freeway.
Vroom of Houston. They're not L.A. They're from Houston.
Right.
Company. Shut down its online used vehicle sales operation earlier last year.
They're Eco Park now.
Are they?
Yeah.
A customer injured 8 people. I already read that story. Ineos Automotive is recalling 7,000 vehicles in the U.S. after customers reported that doors on their SUVs flew open while driving.
Gladys? Where's Martha?
Come back here.
Ineos will replace a door button mechanism on all Grenadier Sport utility vehicles made before April 19th last year, according to reports filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety. Don't replace it, okay? The parts were assembled without enough grease being applied, the company said, leading external buttons on some vehicles to stick and cause doors to open mid-journey. Ineos will pay for the full cost of the repairs and funeral expenses.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're going down the road, the button that's perfectly fine suddenly decides to stick in the open position to cause the door to go open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't touch that button.
Environmental Protection Agency said it's starting efforts to reverse the Biden administration's vehicle emissions rules that would force automakers to build a rising number of electric vehicles. They're not selling any, so why would you build more? The action is the latest in the Trump administration sweeping moves to undo the prior administration's efforts to prod automakers to build electric vehicles after rescinding a push to make EVs at least 50% of new vehicles by 2030. Goodbye. Union leaders at Ford's Germany-based business fear an increased risk of bankruptcy for the automaker's European operations, despite a $4.8 billion cash infusion from the U.S. parent. Ford announced the capital injection March 10th to address over-borrowing at its money-losing Ford Work unit. The automaker said it will invest over 4 years in a business improvement plan aimed at restoring profitability in Europe.
Yeah, well, they're trying.
Yikes. Did you know it was that bad?
No, it kind of, I don't live in that kind of world to understand where putting $1 billion into something doesn't fix it. I mean, to me, that you ought to be able to do whatever you want with $1 billion.
They pay the CEOs $26 million a year to know this stuff. Hey, Bub, where you been for the past few years? Hello?
Counting his money.
Apparently.
Exactly. At the bank.
Yeah.
Detroit 3 are asking the suppliers for trade treaty compliance receipts as they angle for a longer-term exemption from Trump administration's 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. So build them as fast as you can. We'll store the parts and hopefully get these cars out before April 1st or April 2nd, I guess it is the deadline. And we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes.
And then they park the car.
And park it. Elon Musk says he's running multiple businesses with great difficulty as Tesla's stock fell 15%, wiping out gains it enjoyed after the tech billionaire took an advisory role with the Trump administration. Despite anti-Tesla protests across the U.S., fires set against Tesla superchargers in Boston, and shots fired at an Oregon showroom in recent days, Musk told Fox Business March 10th that he's keeping his government role. Nee, boo, boo. Yeah, so there's that. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to wrap up today's show and look forward to next week's show.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
The InWheelTime Car Talk Show will continue after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Well, that's all for this week's InWheelTime Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at InWheelTime.com. We're always looking for new and fun automotive things. If you have an idea or event, let us know. Our email address is info@InWheelTime.com. When you are looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the InWheelTime Car Talk Show 24/7 on the InWheelTime app. On the road, grab a podcast anytime. What was that?
That was me.
Grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider, including the new SiriusXM podcast channel. And be sure and check out the Odyssey Radio app for InWheelTime. We video stream our live show every Saturday, 10 to noon, on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The InWheelTime video technical director is we always need more Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, and people finder, Mike Out of This World Mars. And chief engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Hot Rod Tour of Texas starts April 24th in Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope you'll join us for at least tune in. Details and links at InWheelTime.com. Be safe out there. Have a great week. And thanks again for tuning in to InWheelTime.
That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.